I'm Dorothy Garrett, and for the last 3.5 years I've been a volunteer for Help for Heroes.
I'm Mike. I'm former Lance Corporal of the 2nd Battalion of the Royal Welsh. I served for 12 years. I left the military 2 years ago due to my injuries. My initial injuries was I fractured my back, fractured my L1 and L2, which I originally went to Headley Court for to start my recovery process and the treatment process on my back. But it was while I was at Headley Court, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, which I kind of knew I already had. Didn't really want to admit it to myself, but it came to a point where I couldn't hide it and I couldn't contain it no longer. And it was in 2013 I had a massive breakdown.
What can you remember about the incident?
We were out on a routine vehicle patrol, just driving along, nice bit of sun, nothing really out of the ordinary, actually just chatting away. And I took a bit of a wrong turn and had a bad day at the office, and my vehicle drove a roadside bomb. And from there, my descent into chaos started and my life changed. I come back to the UK. I then started getting involved with Help for Heroes in 2013. And that's where my sort of recovery really started. They funded sports recovery for me, so they bought me a specialist bike so I can start getting out and cycling. But also, they did other things for me. I was introduced to art therapy.
Oh, right. And this was totally new to you, was it?
Completely new to me. Wasn't really the person that wrote a lot in school. So to sit down and actually put my thoughts and feelings that were in my head at the time on paper was quite exhilarating. Being able to take something that was quite a dark moment and be able to put it onto paper allowed me to lift.
So tell me about the sports side of you.
Being a Welshman, rugby was right up my alley, but I didn't really understand what the technicalities of the game was until I went and saw it. And it is just literally a bunch of former soldiers who have all been injured through different means, sat in some big metal wheelchairs, and we're allowed to hit each other and bash into each other as hard as we want. But that also meant then we're actually socialising.
Yeah.
We're becoming a team again.
Yeah.
And it was taking the ethos that we'd had in the military and applying it to a sport.
Yeah.
And you felt yourself coming on leaps and bounds physically, emotionally, and you also had a close network of friends, brothers, almost family that you could talk to about actually how you were feeling.
Yeah.
At what moment did you decide that you were going to actually do this for Help for Heroes and give up your precious time?
My grandfather, he was in the service. He served in the First World War, and my grandfather actually survived the war, but he didn't survive Civvy Street. And that's always stuck with me, the sadness that he was unable to cope with a civilian life when he actually left the services. I just thought it was about time that I could serve the people who served me and our nation.
Without my bike, I don't know where I would have been. Without that moment of Help for Heroes helping me, I don't know where I would have got led. But because of people like you, I was able to have a bike. And because I was able to have a bike, I was able to escape my mental torture. Having that ability to be able to do something is precious to me.